All right, and we are live. Hello, everybody. It's Maximus. This is Crypto Talk Now. It would normally be with Max and Larry, but Larry is actually not feeling well. He's a little bit under the weather as we speak. Um, but with that said, I will go ahead and deliver today's show to you guys. So, if you guys can happen to see my screen, please let me know. I think you guys can. I'm going to take a moment, of course, to read some of the comments. I want to make sure I welcome everybody. And guys, in reality, this was bound to happen at some point, especially since we do a show every day. I have a fan on in the background. Yesterday and the days before, for instance, Larry uses, excuse me, hold on a second. Larry uses speakers, so I guess he wasn't able to hear my background. But please let me know if the fan is hitting on the mic and it's bothering you guys. But let's take a moment to look at some of the comments. I see Selmo Fudd is the first comment of the day. He says, "Hey, Larry and Patches and Crypto Talk Now." Well, Patches is actually being I guess you could say, a quote unquote, um, comfort service dog to Mr. Larry, who's feeling ill right now. I'm not going to say I don't think he has what. I don't want to say because just in case YouTube they like to shut channels down for saying the evil word, I guess you could say, which is the uh, you know blank handle or whatever. Anyway, we got Larry Gaga. He says, "Greetings to y'all in the studio." Thanks, Larry. We do appreciate you. And if you just showed up, our co-host Larry is not feeling well at the moment. So I do see the title is Crypto Chat Luna 2 Luna Classic Crypto Talk Now. We're going to wait for just a little more people to file in. So I'm going to actually bring up my screen. And before I bring that up, by all means, tell me if you can see this. Just kind of helps me out because I haven't done this before without Larry. And I'm going to bring up Crypto Bubbles. And let's see. Yes, the C word, that evil thing. All right, so I do see it's working because I'm seeing that it showed up for a second. So we're taking a look at crypto bubbles. As you guys know, the overall crypto market cap is slightly up about 1%. Nothing too significant in that regard. And yeah, here it is. So what in the world is we? Well, we were looking at WeMix before. So you know what? WeMix and XCN is the only two they're up. Um, Luna Classic is big time in the red. That is good news for me, because I'm rooting for it to be super bearish. I want to see it to drop 5 zeros. So, since we're on the subject of Luna Classic and so on, as part of the title, if you will, let's take a look at that real quick. I'm going to pull that up and let's see. Thank you so much, guys, for being understanding and supporting us and so on. If you want, if you're following us on Twitter, um, which is, let's see here. See, I don't want to. Well, you guys got to see a bunch of windows, so just bear with me. So up here is Crypto Talk Now 21, and then at DPGmaximus. You guys could follow us, and yeah, for the most part, right up there. You can wish Larry a get well soon. You can send him a get well soon card. So, excuse me for that. All right, so yeah, let's take a look at Terra Luna Classic. So a few days ago, this did dip down to 4 zeros and 9 something. Now it's at 8. Me personally, I'm still waiting for more of the dust to settle and all the hype to die down. For me to be able to realistically see this at 5 zeros. I don't know if I'll be able to see it ever go to 5 zeros and 1, but that is my hope. If I don't reach that, that's okay. If I don't end up in it, I'm sorry, if I don't end up getting a billion of them, my next goal is to accumulate a half a billion and so on. If you're trying to figure out what is my reasoning for that and so on, I have a video. It's on my channel, which is Maximus Crypto. I'm gonna drop that in the comments. And you're just going to look for the in the video section. It's going to be the video called Terra Luna Classic in 2022. I'm going to take a moment to look at some of the comments. So, yeah, we had Larry Gaga who said originally, "Greens to y'all in the studio." That's the only thing I don't have access to, guys, is where it shows it on the screen. So I'm just going to read it from here. In a way, I guess you're kind of seeing it. He says, "Greens to y'all in the studio," like you mentioned before. Tim Shea says, "Hey guys, hey Tim, glad to see you back." Larry's not feeling good. Yeah, as someone would say, the C word, feel better. Larry and Patches. I'm sure Patches is fine, comforting Larry. We got, hopefully I pronounced it right. Garrett, I remember you from before. I imagine it's Garrett because here in the U.S., I know some people named Garrett. He says, "Hey Max and Larry." We also got Mr. Fudd. Selma Fudd says, "Would you say that SHIB is the number one altcoin?" I would say SHIB is the number one altcoin. Let's take a look at that real quick in regards to all that. So, like I mentioned before, if you haven't seen my video in regards to how I'm going to go about rooting for Terra Classic to be bearish, for I can accumulate anywhere from half a billion to a billion of the coins. By all means, check out my channel, Maximus Crypto, just to show you guys what it is real quick. So if you're here real quick, you just type it in like this, all one word, and then that comes up. Because if you don't do it that way, it's going to show you the Maximus Crypto that's connected with Hex, which, I wasn't really aware of that, but it doesn't matter. I've had this name for in gaming and everything since the year 2000, since the movie Gladiator came back. So if you happen to see that movie called Office Space, where everybody's giving that character named Michael Bolton a bunch of crap, they're like, "Oh, you got the same name as Michael Bolton." He's like, "Yeah, I had the name before that, no talent blank clown. It's not my fault that he sucks." That's the way he feels about it. But yeah, I've had this name long before the actual Maximus Crypto project of Hex that's connected with Hex. Nothing against it. It might be a really good project from what I've seen. I just have to do more research. So, see, I'm trying to switch back to mute myself when I get a cough and stuff. But yeah, let me take a moment just to kind of drink something real quick. Get my throat cleared up for you guys. All right. So yeah, there's mine. I just got the latest episode, believe it or not, of Terror Wars finally out. This one's a little bit longer. It's about, not counting the intros, I would say, I don't know, 3 minutes if you don't count the intros. Pretty funny episode and so on. I'm not gonna give any spoilers or anything like that, but you're gonna see a whole new set, right? A whole new setting. I'm not gonna say when because I don't want to ruin it, but I thought it was a pretty cool thumbnail. Hopefully you guys like it. But yeah, let's get back to what Mr. Selmo Fudd was saying. So he said, "Would you say that the SHIB, um, that SHIB is the number one altcoin?" I definitely would say that SHIB is the number one altcoin, and my reasons for it is not just because it went to all-time highs last, October and so on, but it's still holding strong, still in the top 20. Um, it does more than Dogecoin in regards to utility, everything. Dogecoin doesn't offer a AAA game. Dogecoin doesn't offer a metaverse platform. Dogecoin, you know, I'm not bashing Dogecoin. Great community, but I mean, in reality, currently speaking, the only thing Dogecoin has going for itself compared to SHIB, as far as the two big, meme coins, Coca-Cola versus Pepsi at this point, if you will, um, is it has more of a market cap. Now, I still have a position of Dogecoin, and I'm going to hold on to that, and then I'm going to sell, again, not financial advice or anything, but I'm going to sell probably 75, maybe 80% of that bag Um, when that goes up to new all-time highs. I really think that Dogecoin could still go up to $1. I don't really see it going up to more than that. Um, it may just pass previous all-time highs. So last year was it May 2021? It hit at what? Roughly, I think it was like 72 cents. Um, so it might just go to 75 cents. It's hard to know these things, but I'm just saying if it passes up and goes up to new all-time highs, which I believe it can, maybe up to $1, but not in reality, not really more than that. Um, then that'd be awesome. And I think that how that's going to happen is, for instance, Elon Musk, obviously, if he finalizes this deal with the purchase of Twitter, introducing what? A tipping mechanism. Um, so people that are like, musical artists or just anything, right, on the Twitter platform and so on. Um, Heck, even right now, I'll show you guys something real quick. I'm going to go to my Twitter, and right now, as we speak, um, there is a thing. Let me see. I guess I can't do it on the phone version. Or I'm sorry, I can't do it on the desktop version. But anyway, on the phone version, I would go here and I go click on my profile and whatnot, and there'd be this little area that would say something like monetization, and I would say that it hasn't been implemented yet. So my attitude is, okay, the next thing you would have is like a tipping mechanism. With that said, I know some of you guys already know about all this stuff, but for the ones that don't, this is where the whole debate is. Why doesn't uh, Dogecoin have any utility? It doesn't have any utility. However, it's significantly uh, inexpensive compared to compared to like Bitcoin and so on. But the tipping mechanism is going to allow Dogecoin to have utility, and that's where the whole debate is. And of course, then that demand for Dogecoin would kick in because now, wow, all right, Elon Musk has advocated for this for years. Now here's the utility. Now it's on one of these huge platforms, which is Twitter. And if you think if that works out, then it's going to create what? And an effect in which other platforms will introduce the model or implement the model, if you will, um, and make that happen with other platforms as well, which of course would create more demand and maybe boost up the price further up past $1 and so on. So hold on a second. Apologize for the background noise. All right, so with that said, that's how I currently feel about the whole thing with SHIB and so on, and of course Dogecoin. Getting back to the comments, just bear with me. So we got Garrett Vare says Saitama up 15%. Gonna subscribe now, Max. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Osborne says, "Hey, bud, great job holding it down. I'm trying. I'm gonna get better at it." Um, Miraz Khan says, "I lost my everything in Luna. Oh man, I'm sorry. Really. Um, Jeez, nothing left to survive. I am in a great depression." Yeah, my heart goes out to you and everybody involved. I mean, I wasn't involved in that before that mega crash and so on. I'm just looking at from the post crash. But yeah, sorry to hear that. Um, Tim Shea says, I heard that SHIB isn't going to be the currency in Shibarium, so I have been accumulating some bone. That's a good way to look at it. Yeah, because you know what? Bone is going to be, like Ethereum, if you will. So for those of you guys who are new to the whole, ecosystem of, for instance, of Shiba Inu, SHIB obviously is the big player. You're looking at it for the perspective of like that's what you heard of and so on. But yeah, Tim is right. So Bone, you could actually pull it up, and if you're looking at it from this perspective, Bone's part of Shiba Swap, and currently Bone is about 40 cents. It's up about close to 7%. Sorry about that. I'm just trying to clear my throat. I don't want to cough in the mic. All right, so It's up, it's up about 7%, which is nothing too significant. But you got to keep in mind, this is high. Look how that. I mean, it was as high as 41 cents. I'm sorry, $41, and I think this was right around the time of its first all-time highs, or actually not first all-time highs, but in that middle area of May 2021 up into that run up of October of 2021. Let's just take a look real quick. So we do all times. Here's of course. Well, that's not accurate. It should be further out than that. Huh. Well, they don't show. See, they need to fix this. When I click on all, it should show all. But anyway, um, oh, because I'm thinking of Shiba Inu. Okay, so that makes sense. All right, so yeah, 278 in October. Then you have 310 right here. So it must, like I mentioned, it must have been. I'm thinking roughly around May of 2021, in which it was that price of 42. Again, Coin Market Cap needs to fix this, which is of course a big opportunity for new outlets like what CVC, Keith at CVC, for instance. But yes, um, even this, if this tanked to back to all time lows at 28 cents, it's still a real buy, and not just put all the focus right here, but Bone is looked upon as being the part of the Shiba Inu ecosystem, in which you're going to use Bone to pay for what gas fees. You should look at like it's basically Shiba Inu's Ethereum, and then this other one, which is also part of their ecosystem, which is the Doge Killer Leash. Um, this one is, you got to look at this one like being like the Bitcoin of it all, because for instance, the supply there's only 107,647. So if anything, there's scarcity. Me personally, man, I mean, I got I have two leash, and I got mine for I think I got mine for like 2 grand. So I mean, I'm like way down on it. But there's a lot of people who truly believe that um, at some point when everything is back in the green, and we have that overall crypto market cap, which I'll open up right here. The overall crypto market cap is back up to well over 3 trillion. Um, and building, and we're going back on the bull cycle, that you will see things like leash go back up to all-time highs. So currently speaking, see that all-time highs was, it says 4,716. That's not true. Again, coin market cap needs to update this, because that is simply not true. It was well over 8,000. Yeah, see right here, 7,902. It was actually a little bit higher than that for a little bit. Was well over 8,000. That again was right after, or right during, or right after Shiba Inu hit his first all-time highs in May of 2021. So again, some people see this hitting like 100,000 in the future, way into the future, and they're just holding on to this. But if anything, look at it from this perspective. That circulating supply is low, therefore it creates what? It creates scarcity. And every time there's scarcity in something like this, it definitely helps, especially if it has a decent market cap and so on. Again, they need to get this verified. My attitude is this. The Shiba Inu devs, they were able to have what? They were able to have verified market cap on obviously Shiba Inu. So when we go to Shiba Inu, right, it definitely shows a confirmed market cap of 5.9 billion. All right, I think all-time highs for this was like, I don't know, way higher than that. Maybe I'm sorry, I know what it was. 88 billion. Yeah, 88 billion. That was last October. So if CoinMarketCap is able to confirm this, right? This is part of the Shiba Inu ecosystem. Obviously, it's Shiba Inu. Why can't they go in and confirm the likes of Bone, the likes of Leash? I bet you Bone's still not confirmed. Well, Bone is confirmed. Okay, like again, my point. You're just gonna pick and choose what's to be confirmed. Leash needs to be confirmed. That would definitely raise it a lot higher than 3,000 some. All right. we got off on a tangent there for a bit, but I just want to recognize that. I want you guys to understand how to look at these and so on. So, obviously Shiba Inu is the main one, but you got to look at these other ones part of the ecosystem. So leash, treat it like it's Bitcoin. Bone, treat it like it's Ethereum. All right. Okay. So going back to the comments, let's take a look. Let's see. I could have sworn it. Maybe I lost that comment. Oh, Tim, yeah, here's okay. So he's been accumulating some bone. Garrett Ver says, I sold Doge, all-time highs, did 200x, and stepped in Doge again at 0.15. Okay. T, which is a member of our show, he states, hello, hope Larry feels better soon. Absolutely. Yeah, get well soon, Larry. And if you guys are following him on Twitter, you could actually go over to his Twitter space. I'll just put in real quick right now. Crypto. I mean, I'm part of Crypto Talk now, as well. But we all have our own individual ones. Shout out to Classic Crypto, helped him fix his banner. It looks pretty nice. And yeah, here's where you can follow Larry at Crypto Talk Now 21. And you can just shoot him a message. So if you don't know how to do that, if you're new to Twitter, you just click on this little thing right here, and then click on new message, and you can send him a DM. Just kind of give him a get well soon. Or if you don't want to do it that way, that's fine too. Like maybe you want to be recognized, you want everybody to see it. You can just post on his. I said post on his Facebook. See, that's where I come from. Anyway, you can just do like the @ sign and it'll mention him. So, for instance, here's if you're all new to this, it would just be like that. At Crypto Talk Now 21, it alerts him. He's gonna see it, and you just do something like get well soon, Larry, and whatever you want to do. So I'm gonna send him one later on. But yeah, you do it like that. All right. So with that said, also let's take a look at some more comments. And we got within equals without. He says crypto chat. Welcome back. We do appreciate you. Osborne says, what's your thoughts on Ka? We did mention Ka the other night, didn't we? All right, let's see. My bird, Kaka. All right, so not him. I'm gonna bring up the other screen. Bear with me. All right, so Ka. So are you talking about Ka Hunter's Dream? I think that's one from yesterday. Hold on a second. All right. So I don't have much thoughts on this because I need to research this. Hopefully, tell me in the chat, is this the one you're referring to? Because it might not be, just to be honest, in regards to that. So we'll get back to your comment, Osborne, in regards to Ka. We got Keith of CVC. He says, let's go. And then we got the Jen. He says, what's up, everyone in the channel? 100 and so on. All right. Oh, it looks like a ribeye steak. Love me some ribeye. All right. So I don't know my thoughts on Ka in that regard, but nonetheless, I'll have to definitely check it out and so on. The Jin says, Larry, Max, and Patches, I hope you guys are okay. I'm late on the chat, and I don't see Larry and Mr. Patches. Well, just to give you a heads up, Larry, Jen. Larry isn't feeling good. That doesn't mean that he has the evil C word sickness, but he has. I can't say the real thing because Larry has a theory that other channels have been getting shut down for mentioning that. Because even when we put out a video and asks us the question, like, don't mention this, it's kind of a weird thing. Our theory is because, I don't know, all the thing that happened with Joe Rogan and so on, that they have a no tolerance policy for misinformation and stuff. And that makes sense. So even with you guys, try not to type it in the comments, the actual word. I'm just going to say it's the C word. Larry doesn't have it. He's just not feeling well. So if that's what you're wondering about, it's not that. It's just we're trying to take extra precautions because we don't want to get shut down, and so on. So I'm gonna go take another look at crypto bubbles. So yes, we were gonna look at WeMix. Let's take a look at WeMix real quick. So it's got a 97.24 million market cap currently, and we were thinking about looking at this before. So I'm just gonna bring it up. WeMix, to me that sounds like something that has something to do with, like, music or whatever. So currently it's ranked 218. They do have a contract which is with Clayton. They do have a Certic audit, which is good. There is a verified market cap, hence why it's in the top 500. So what's going on with that? So what's going on with that is that currently has 367. Let's zoom out a little bit more. The all-time low was a little above 12 cents. The high was about $25. So let's see what's going on with that real quick. All right. So it's been around for a while, a long while, since at least, late, Halloween, I guess, 2020. Then I guess you could say a decent run up then. All right. And then boom. Just like everything that was so great at, between, September and November 2021, you saw some significant things with this. So what is this all about? Let's find out what this is all about, because you know what? This has been popping up on our radar quite a bit. I'm going to go to this real quick. So WeMix Network, to me, this means it has something to do with music, right? It's got something to do with music. So let's see if it definitely does. All right. ASU on WeMix. ASU. See, for me, when I think of ASU, I think of, like, I live down the street from Arizona State University West Campus. So obviously it's not that. So it's Anita's Security Union. Looks like it has something to do with anime. Play, harvest, and earn every farm. Okay. On WeMix game. Huh. So this seems like it's some kind of a platform, right? Here's some of these games. So one way to look at it is like, these are all the games that are part of what? The WeMix ecosystem. So this is cool. Larry was talking about, it would be really cool to find some kind of crypto that stands out, that's fun, is addictive, and so on and so forth. So I'm kind of wanting to take more of a look into this. I'm not going to spend the whole time with you guys looking into this. You can sign in with Google Play. Okay, so we got the app for it. You can play it. You're all set once your wallet is ready. Create your wallet. Right, so they got their own wallet. So I imagine that their wallet would be this contract, which is the Clayton, under Clayton. Okay. This right here, that logo, kind of reminds me of like World of Warships and so on. Similar but different in regards to that. So let's find out a little bit more about it. They got the white paper and so on. Let's just open that up real quick. The white paper. I almost sound like a rabbit, a wascally wabbit on the WeMix. Anyway. All right. So we got just some of the integration. I'm just trying to see, some things that stand out real quick. So I did see thing about, all right, summary. Games are experience-based services. The value of games, well, we know about that. All right, so this stands out to me. WeMix has solved the problem of low. Let me blow it up for you guys to see it a little better. Sorry about that. That's good enough. All right, so WeMix has solved the problem of low TPS, which means transactions per second. We've been talking about that on the show for a while, and excessive fees by utilizing a mixture of private and public blockchain functions and connecting them with intermediary chains under a hybrid structure. It has also secured scalability through its multi-chain structure that can raise the number of private blockchains to accommodate the increase in number of games. Furthermore, trade. All right, well, some of that stuff I don't want to bore you guys with, but it does seem like they recognize that you got to have a fast. Sorry about that. There's coughing in the background. I didn't want you guys to hear that. So it sounds like they're trying to recognize that, having something fast and TPS makes sense. Transactions per second. and they got to have something that's going to do that. Can't have something that's going to be super slow like Ethereum and whatnot. I'm not going to go through all this actually. I just thought I'd see something that would kind of catch my eye. But I think one thing that does stand out for everybody who's wondering about getting into this is what they have a very vast ecosystem with other games. You have the main base, which in this case might very well be what is it? This blockchain, the Clayton blockchain, and everything that's umbrellaed underneath it, right? Is some of these other games. So, Bird Tornado, that might be kind of like their version of Angry Birds, right? I mean, I don't know for sure, but that kind of makes sense to me. They have fighting games. When I see this one called Crypto Conflict, that sounds actually pretty cool. I might just check that out. But for me, that from a gamer perspective, I'm looking at that and I'm like, that looks like like a World of Warships ripoff, which is there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that like for instance, their game on their app may be very well, way better than um, World of Warships. I kind of doubt it, but nonetheless, I mean, you know, there might be aspects that that they've taken away from World of Warships to make it even more fun. But anyway, my takeaway from this is this. All right, this is their gaming ecosystem. Okay, and everything's built upon their blockchain, and they already have a huge gaming ecosystem without even looking into it further. Now, as far as the contract and stuff like that, I mean, if they're in the top 200, I mean, we don't have to really sweat too much. I doubt Token Sniffer is going to have anything on it, but I just want to double check in regards to that. Let's see, I doubt it. I doubt they have anything. Yeah, nothing. That's all right. Um, and again, we can look into what we can look into. Um, we can look into that CERTIC audit and do more research. So if you guys are more interested in WeMix and want to know more about it, I mean, again, it's kind of been on our radar for a little bit because it keeps popping up on crypto bubbles and so on. Definitely take a look into it. I'm gonna go back to the comments because if Larry is in his bed watching, I'm sure he's saying, "Oh, well, I would have gone to the comments every single second." Anyway, it's all right. Just busting your chops, buddy, if you're watching, and that is uh, one of those things. So let's see here. I think I already read this. So Jin says, Larry, Max, and Patches, I hope you guys are okay. Late on the chat, don't see Larry and Patches. Yes, Larry is not feeling well. Osborne says, yes, that's it. CAW. Okay. I can't find any info about it either. I ate in though, LOL. All right. So I'm going to take a moment to actually do that. And I'm going to get back to some of you guys' comments. It's not like there's a ton coming in right now. And I noticed that sometimes, like, if it's just Larry, like, I don't know. Like there's times he has his moments. He does really well. Like he'll get like over, like 100 people in here and so on. But if it's the Max and Larry show, so like if we're both together, we do seem like we complement each other, and we do get a lot more people. Obviously, I see right now with myself, we only had like over 20 right now. It's 17, but the lights kind of match that, so that's fine. But all right, so let's take a look real quick in regards to Ka. I'm a bird Ka, not really. And let me pull that up real quick. So Ka, a hunter's dream, ranked 2,815. Again, I'm kind of getting away from the whole, puppy dog eating you type thing. Maybe it's not like that, but we'll give you the benefit of the doubt. See what this is about. Just gonna pull that up. All right, so on the smell test on Token Sniffer, he's got a 30 out of 100. That's a very low score. Let's see why that is. So it's at least it's sellable. It shows it's not a hot honey pot. Buy fee is less than 10%. Zero. Sell fee 0. Excuse me. Hold on. Just gonna take a quick drink. All right. So, making sure I'm not muted. All right. Contract analysis, all that stuff looks good. Tokens locked 4.49%. All right, here's a big red flag. All other holders possess less than 5% of the circulating token supply. So there's a wallet, according to this, that contains a substantial amount of tokens, which could have a large impact on the token prices sold. So basically, there's this tells me there's not a whale cap. Um, and I get it, right? There's other projects out there in which, um, if there was a cap for whales, they could just make multiple wallets. There's always ways of getting around stuff. We get that, but according to this, there is no mechanism in place to battle against that. So there is a let's just call it like it is. Basically, there's a whale wallet that contains a substantial amount. If sold, if that whale sells, like if he dumps his position, this coin value is going to tank significantly. Um, and of course, you don't want to be that person who FOMO'd in. So, if anything, if this is something in which you're still thinking, like, well, I'm really sold on this, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread, I'm not making fun of it. I'm just saying, use caution. If you haven't gotten into it already, um, do not FOMO in. That's a big red flag right there. So, if you FOMO, think about this. If you FOMO'd in, right, you FOMO'd in the top. And this goes for anything for the most part, but especially this token project with Ka. If you FOMO'd in at the top right here, because you're like, oh my gosh, like, there's this parabolic pump, I have to get in, right? I wouldn't advise doing that because that whale sells and then boom, right? You just lost your, what, and you know, uh, projects like this, they're probably not going to see a new all-time high like that, maybe ever again. I'm just going to be real with you. Not financial advice, but that's just me being real with you. All right, so they don't have adequate current liquidity. Look at that, 0.01 on in ETH and Uniswap. I mean, are you kidding? So there's not enough liquidity. Like, so I mean, forget what I even said. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Is there adequate initial liquidity? Yeah, there was. They had 1.7 million in USDC stablecoin, but there's not adequate current liquidity. That tells me that somebody who's a dev had the contract and he did what? He's draining all the liquidity and probably putting in his own wallet. So this wallet contains a substantial amount of tokens, which could have a large impact. You could kind of put, you could put the dots together. You could figure that out. That's kind of obvious what's going on right there. I would stay the heck away from this personally. I don't know if you think that this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. I'm not speaking against you. I'm just, for me personally, I would not get involved in something like this. That's just me. Um, and so I'm not gonna put a lot more emphasis on it. I will go to their website just for a second. Heck, where's their website? You know what I mean? Like, where's their social media? They did 22 million in volume. I don't know, man. There's too many red flags on that one. So we're gonna move further. Thank you for showing these things to us and so on. We're just not gonna put a lot of emphasis on it. Like I said before, the days of the puppy doggy news or things like this and so on. I don't even want to. I don't even want to touch on those things anymore. I know that's not the popular thing to do among influencers and so on. I don't want to see people get involved in things like this. But you know what? If this is something you want to do, I mean, it means no. I mean no disrespect or anything like that. But thank you for bringing it to our attention and so on, and we'll go from there. All right, so move further. Michael Cornwell says, "Yo, Michael Cornwell, you always look happy. Love your avatar." Osborne says, "Bro, I'm in Chandler. Wow, small world. It is a small world, and that's something. Well, maybe we'll have like a Phoenix Valley, crypto thing going on and so on, and maybe in the future we'll have to, you know, meet up or something like that. That'd be kind of cool." Garrett Ver says, "What do you think about all the V2 that are happening?" You just like V2. Are you saying like just in contracts like Saitama going to V2? Was it Luffy going to V2? I guess that's basically what you mean. If that is what you mean, excuse me, I apologize. If that is what you mean, um, my attitude is I don't like all the V2s. In Saitama, it makes sense, and the way they went about it is actually a good way of going about it. in my opinion. I'm actually gonna bring up Saitama real quick. So the way what I like about how they went about it is the right way. So they made it, painless and easy. They didn't do the Volt approach. I'm not bashing Volt. I'm not gonna fud Volt. I mean, I hold a bag of Volt. But let's be honest. Like even for myself, I didn't like the idea of like when I got into Volt. Like literally, I don't know, 2 weeks later, I was told you're gonna have to migrate your tokens. Why? Why do I have to migrate my tokens? And then on top of that, I'm gonna have to pay Ethereum gas fee when doing so. I don't like that those type of V2s, right? However, I will say this: I think Russ and um, Saitama recognize. Look, there has been so much negative press. Like we are the negative gold standard, if you will, when it comes to negative press and FUD and so on. Like I was telling Larry and some of the other guys, Common Sense and so on. If Saitama would have done the Volt route and insisted that their holders manually migrate to a V2, oh my gosh. Like, it was just, you know, you guys know, I'm not going to name them. You guys know which influencers do, like, just FUD all the time. Like, that's their channels. I'm not bashing on it. I mean, I get it. You got to make your money or whatever you want to do. But my thing is, now you're just giving more fuel by, if Saitama would have went that route. They didn't go that route. So I'm going to say kudos to them, Russ and all them, for not doing that route. They had it set up in which it's automatically migrated to a V2. They're not going to charge you gas fees for doing so. I imagine that they had to be the ones to do that, and rightfully so, because you know what? Um, they've had countless mistakes and so on. So yes, I give them credit where credit's due. They did it the right way. Uh, Nobody wanted, and not only that, realistically speaking, let's be real. For those of you who are in the Saitama like myself, do we honestly see the majority of current holders who would have been like, "Oh yeah, things are so bad in Saitama, down 95% from on their position. Hey, by the way, sign me up for some Ethereum gas fees to migrate to a V2." Not happening. They know that. So that's where it's at. Um, I've been seeing like these minor pumps. I mean, come on, man. I mean, 11.5%. Okay, it's better than nothing. But we need to see parabolic things happen in Saitama. I get it. We're not going to see anything parabolic in anything right now, unless it's like a brand new project that is doing something innovative and that's unique. But in reality, nothing's going to really go parabolic for the most part. Don't quote me on that, but for the most part, until we start getting a bull run. Now, I will say this in regards to a bull run. Larry's prediction is February 2023. Okay. From what I've seen when it comes to bull runs, um, they don't last any more than a year. So I don't know if he's basing it on, February of this year to February of next year. That would be one full year. But in reality, they don't last more than one full. I said bull run. A crypto winter, see, I'm getting ahead of myself, doesn't last more than a year. And then you should see, like, things really getting bullish. But typically speaking, when it comes to a big bearish market, when the bears are out, only lasts a few months, like maybe 3 or 4 months tops. So my prediction, and it's just a prediction because I'm not a fortune teller, I could be completely wrong. I'm still hoping and thinking that by the end of summer into early fall, we'll be out of this and things will become bullish. Larry's prediction is February 2023. It's where we agree to disagree. I hope he's wrong for my sake and a lot of us, but he could be very well right. All right, so let's take a look at some comments, if we can. Let's see. Thanks for the feedback. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna go back a little bit. Okay, so Michael Cornwell, according to the East contract, Rap Luna has to follow Luna. Yeah, that's a good point, because otherwise, that's like scandalous, right? Yeah, I agree. Coinbase or ETH. Excuse me a second. I gotta get a quick drink. because my throat's getting dry. All right, so he states he, as in Michael Cornwell, states Coinbase or Ethereum would have serious issues if it don't follow. Correct, absolutely. And the same would go for what? Crypto.com, because they also sell or sold. I don't know if they currently have changed that, but they sold what? Wrapped ETH. Or not Wrapped ETH. They sold Wrapped Luna. Osborne says, "Thanks for the feedback. I appreciate the honesty." Yeah, no problem. That's how we like to keep it here. You know, we don't want to see people get involved in things that, like, I was raised a certain way, right? You know, treat others how you want to be treated. Like the same applies to what? If you don't want to get scammed or you don't want to get destroyed, then explain to others not to get destroyed. Or, you know, I could personally recommend things, but, you know, protect myself, I always have to say what? Not financial advice, because you never know. There's just somebody here who, you know, there's people who want to sue people just to sue people. We live in America. That's how it is. I love a country. I still think it's the greatest country in the world, but that's the reality of it. You know, people will sue a person because they looked at him the wrong way, and it's like that guy's got a glass eye. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, yeah. Anyway, um, moving on. So H Moob Ya J with the, you know, Larry does a better job saying your name. What do you think about Shinobi Gaming coming out in July? Um, well, you know, we had Cliff in the team. We had Cliff. We had Shinobi Strong. We had shoot Teddy Ganja. All those guys on here and so on. And you know, they mentioned that as far as their metaverse platform, that was going to be, you know, later. But in regards to like, you know, back to what you were saying, you know, that could be big for them, absolutely, because you know, people want to play something that's fun, and if it's connected to crypto, that just kind of makes sense in regards to that. So if anything, it's just going to be an extra catalyst. You may see a decent pump. As far as parabolic, I'm gonna say no. If things are still bearish, I'm gonna say no. You might see a decent pump, might be 20 to 40%, but that's not really parabolic. If you want to see parabolic, you need to see a minimum of 300, 400% more than that, and it has to be consistent on the daily. Okay, so that's just honestly how I feel about that. Um, and again, you know, if crypto winter ends and things become bullish, like we get like say 10 straight days of like, you know, things, the, you know, bulls are back out, and this whole thing with Shinobi happens at the same time, then man, yeah, maybe things would go parabolic. So again, don't call me on it. It's basically how everything is set up. So, and it's the timing of it, and nobody can know these timings unless, of course, you're Do Kwon and the BlackRock, and never mind the manipulation, right? All right. So moving on, Michael Cornwell states, let me pull up a notepad or something. I could block some of the window inside a window thing. All right, there we go. All right, so Michael Cornwell states, I could email a link talking about Wrapped Luna and Luna having to follow each other, or it's violating the ETH contract. Yeah, if you want, or if you're following us, you can shoot one of those over to me or Larry, where you prefer, and we can look into it. Michael Cornwell also states they were stupid and remained in the same name. This burned down to only billions of Wrapped Luna out of trillions. Yeah. Uh, $ Wrapped Luna equals Luna. Michael Cornwell also states, I think Wrapped Luna will end up in a lawsuit. Could, but you know, what's the debate right now? The debate is, you know, Do Kwon owes a bunch of money to South Korea. Will South Korea look at like, well, we need to get paid first, so it's going to come right out of, you know, the whole Luna project in itself? Depends. Hold on a second. So again, it just depends in regards to all that. Um, and then, you know, Michael Cornwell says, I think Rap Luna will end up in a lawsuit. So let's just while I was back on the subject of Luna, let's take a look at these. By the way, thanks, Tim. I saw your comment. These are cool, Max. Thank you. Appreciate that. Hopefully, you got the humor, and you liked some of the humor that was behind that. Like I mentioned to you guys before, if you haven't seen it already, check out the episode of Terror Wars. I'm gonna wait for Larry to get back in regards to that before you can play it, because on top of that, you gotta keep in mind, since we're kind of like scrambling to have me be able to share what I have and so on. I don't know how the audio is going to come through, and it might sound like crappy, but at least I know when Larry's here, he has a thing in which he can set the audio so it plays. It ain't gonna be crystal clear, but for you can at least hear it loud and clear, or loud and somewhat clear. But if you want to watch it, like for instance, if you're watching it with headphones, I don't really recommend watching it with just off your phone. It just doesn't sound the same. But if you can, if you want, I mean, of course, it helps me with the views. Um, whatever you want to call it. Watch it whatever way you want, but as long as you can hear it loud and clear. This is the latest episode, Terror Wars, episode 4, Out of Time. Without the intro and the outro, it's roughly about 3 minutes. There's a reveal of where, if you've been following it, you're going to find out who Jack really works for. I'll state that without ruining it. And then there's a reference, of course, back to episode 1 with Palpatine, without ruining it, and so on. And then, of course, there might be, I don't know how many more episodes are going to be. It just depends on what's going on. I don't want to end it prematurely without having a proper ending. And just giving you guys a heads up in the future, there will be other series that have to do with like crypto and so on. In that regards, it won't just be Terror Wars. So, Terror Wars, of course, will be the current series, but there'll be other ones in the future, with other characters, other plots, you name it. So, yeah, thanks again, Tim. I appreciate that. And I appreciate everybody who's watching. I know a lot of these don't have a lot of views and so on, but my hope is that if some of us from our community, Crypto Talk Now, or people that we know, could simply share this, maybe some of it would go viral and so on. It would definitely help my channel. If you're not subscribed to me, again, it's all one word. You check out my channel. And then in regards to if you're into gaming, so like for instance, my channel, I only have 528 subscribers. I'm trying to get monetized. I'm trying to get up to 1,000. This is my second channel, and if you want to see my original channel, if you're in the gaming, it's DPGmaximus. I got a lot of. Oh, I see one of our guys. Yeah, he's Rafael Santos. He's one of the crypto guys. He follows us on here and so on. But yeah, if you want to follow me on my gaming channel, if you're in the gaming, this is my gaming channel. I haven't done a video in a while, but I mean, I've gotten a lot of views on this. See, how to fly with 2x glider bombs, 123,000 views. One for Call of Duty Cold War, 108,000 views. I'll teach you how to fly. Look at that. P-51 Mustang Cadillac of the sky. Stuff like that. So I'll put enough emphasis on it because, at the end of the day, I don't really need to do that. So, all right. So let's moving on. Iron Lux Trader. Shout out to Iron Lux Trader. You've been a regular. We appreciate you, man. He states, Rap Luna followed Terra Luna. Rap Luna continues to follow the old Terra Luna, now Luna Classic, not Luna 2.0. Luna 2.0 is built on the new blockchain with a new ecosystem. That's absolutely right. So let's take a look actually at, let's take a look at, we're at about 53 minutes. So let's take a look at Terra Luna, or Luna Classic, I should say at the moment. Sorry about that. I was just trying to make sure I wasn't muted. All right. I got way too much stuff up. So let me clear some of this up a little bit. There's crypto bubbles. I'll leave that one up. Leave that. I'll leave that up as well. Just kind of make it a little bit more easier to navigate some of this. You know what I mean? Got to make it easy. All right, so Terra Classic. Yes. So Terra Classic, your wrap Luna is pegged, if you want to say the word pegged, or attached to this. So if you guys are wondering, if you're just tuning in, again, I want to welcome those who are just tuning in. Let's recognize you guys real quick. So if you're tuning in just now, welcome to Crypto Talk Now. I'm Maximus. Larry is currently out as we speak because he's not feeling well. No, he does not have the C word sickness, but he is not feeling well. Um, but yes, guys, in regards to Terra Classic, if you're wondering what's going on, like what's Wrap Luna, does that have anything to do with 2.0? No, it does not have anything to do with 2.0. Ironlux Trader is correct when it comes to that. Um, but yes, it is attached to Terra Classic. So again, if you haven't seen my particular video in regards to all that, which is on my Maximus Crypto, I am referring to. I'll show you. I'm referring to this video right here, Terra Where to in 2022. If you haven't watched it, by all means, watch it. I'm not just trying to get people, of course, to watch my videos. I do cover quite a few different videos. Like, for instance, I cover Zilliqa, Metopolis. I get decent amount of views on some. Let's see, like almost 4,000, so on. But my point is, hold on, they added newest. So this one, Terra Where to in 2022, it gives you an idea of where I am looking to have a position in Terra Luna Classic, and how my goal is to see this thing, continue to be bearish, waiting for the dust to settle, waiting for this to go to 5 zeros and a number, preferably 5 zeros and a one, and even better, 6 zeros. I know that's really stretching it, but think about this. There's still a lot of what? There's still a lot of hype in regards to Terra Classic. I mean, even on little things like you could type in, Terra Luna, right? And it still pops up in the news like still really recently, like Motley Fool covering it 9 hours ago. The great Terra Luna Terra crash, 5 lessons to be learned. Okay. Luna 2.0 stakers. You know what I mean? It's just look at this one. Luna 2.0 stakers to decide on the future of Luna Classic and re-enable IBC. So that's big news. Big news. I've used Analytics Insight. That's part of my actual video. The reason why I've used them before is because they were spot on with Shiba Inu. When everybody was saying that Shiba Inu wasn't going to do anything and that it was just like had no utility, naysayers, right? So again, I'm not listening to the naysayers. I'm not saying that you can't listen to the naysayers, but I'm just saying recognize opportunities. I am rooting for Terra Classic, right? Loon C to at least go to 5 zeros and hopefully 5 zeros in the one, and maybe even under that, before I can accumulate at least 1 billion of the coins or $500 million, and then that way I don't have to root for it to hit $1. I mean, I would like that. We all like that. I could root for it to hit a penny. When it hits a penny, and I have 1 billion coins. Are you kidding? That's like $10 million. If it goes to half a penny, that's $1 million. So it's just all about what kind of position you have and recognizing the opportunity behind it, because these things have pumps. How do we know that they have pumps? Think about all the people that said that this was dead, like completely dead. Now, looking at it from this perspective, it looks a little bit dead, right? But even on a 7-day chart, I mean, you have these little run-ups. So right here, you have 3 zeros and a 1 on May 29th. Then big, huge spike on the 30th, right? So 3 zeros and a 1. Sorry, I meant right here. So, I mean, going from 4 zeros to 3 zeros consistently, I mean, if you have a bot, that's like a day trader's dream, if you will. But the point is, if this has a major, major crash, and then you have other pumps, it's just going to look. It's just opportunity. That's just the way I look at it. It's just math, is all it is. Like, for instance, when I took Shiba Inu and it had 5 zeros, 799, and I bought, I bought $8,000 worth. I bought a little over $1 billion, and then it, went up to all time highs. So I go to 0.4 zeros, 88. So I turned 8K into 88K. Those are the little things I'm talking about. Anytime you can get into any project, Again, not exactly any project. You know, you don't want to get into the puppy dog news and the rug pulls and so on. But any time in which you can get into something that has multiple zeros and you shed a zero, right? Erase a zero because it's gone way up, you're going to see significant gains depending on your position. So again, I would refer back to this video right here, Terror to Wear in 2022. Let's take a look at the news on this real quick. And before we do, I'm going to bounce back real quick just to see the comments. So yeah, the last one we read was Iron Lux Trader. Michael Cornwell says, according to the contract, it follows Luna. Michael Cornwell says, and they renamed Luna 2.0 to Luna. Yep, they did. And renamed Loon C, but I purchased with, I'm sorry, I purchased Wrap Luna, not Wrapped Loon C. Okay, I see what you're saying. I never heard of Wrap Loon C. Okay, I see what you're saying. But if you're panicking about this, something that bothers you, you could do the the common sense approach. Common sense as a the member of a channel, not saying, oh, this is common sense, everybody knows this. How he went about it was he sent, I believe, either from Coinbase or where he had it from, crypto.com. I can't remember which one it was, and then he sent it to from that wallet to KuCoin, and then on KuCoin, you don't get it as Wrap Luna. You'll get just as regular Luna. So if that's something that bothers you, that's one way to go about it. But in reality, I mean, the price difference is just so, I don't know. It's not even that big of a price difference. In fact, before we read this news article, let's take a look at that just real quick. I'm going to show you guys that because there is a difference. So right now, Terra Classic Lunacy is at 0.408306. And then Wrapped. Let's see. We'll see how this doesn't even make any sense. So all those people are worried about it. Look at this. 4 zeros, 8306. Wrap Luna, 3 zeros, 1032. You know what I mean? If anything, you would think that the Wrapped would be worth not as much because usually it was, because Wrapped is pointing to like a different type of thing. Yeah, there's a lot of there's pumping and dumping with this. Let's go to the 7-day. So back to this 31618 tanked all the way down to 3,482.46, even lower than that. Huh. No, see okay, it fixed itself. So it updated. All right, one more check. 4 zeros, 8307. That's the regular. The regular as in the regular classic. Now we got Wrap Luna Classic, 3,482.04. It's always supposed to be just a little bit less, and it is. So again, it's just they're almost virtually the same price, and it has always been that way. So that's all it was. It's just that CMC needed to update itself. So let's go back to the comments just real quick, and then I'll read that news for you. According to the contract, it follows Luna. They renamed Luna to 2.0. Hold on. Michael Cornwell and renamed Loon C, but I purchased Wrap Luna, not Wrapped Loon C. Lux, you got an email? I hope so. Joseph Coochie Boy Singer. I've never seen you before. So welcome, by the way. What a name. Coochie Boy, huh? Anyway, that's right. How low will Solana go? Is this top 10 dead also? Well, Larry, who's kind of under the weather, he kind of feels that way. Hold on a second. Gotta take a quick drink. My mouth is getting dry. Yeah, Larry, who's co-host of Crypto Talk now, he feels that way. He feels as though that Solana has had its time. Me personally, I still think that they have quite a bit of utility. They have a vast ecosystem and so on, and they have the fastest TPS of them all. I mean, look at this. Like for instance, I looked this up a while ago. Who has the fastest TPS in crypto? We have pulled this up a while back. So, oh wow, Bicker's way up there. That's crazy. Huh. Bitgert is way up there, 100,000. Let me see. Well, last time we checked, Solana was the fastest one. It was literally like I I don't know. It was by far the fastest, like maybe 200,000 or something like that. But yeah, I guess Bitgert. Well, common sense. If you happen to be watching this, shout out to you. Look at this. Bitgert is the new king. Launched on February 14th, 2022. The Bitgert team. The blockchain claims to have the fastest TPS of 100,000 enabled by proof of authority, where validators stake their own reputation instead of coins. That's not all. It gives you the gratifying speed of, speed at practically no cost with the transaction fee averaging, man, that's like nothing, 0.3456 7 zeros and a 1. Its gas fee free environment has been its immense growth. The platform offers smart contracts and supports decentralized finance, DeFi projects, Web3 applications, much more. The company has also been strengthening its partnerships for wider reach. My goodness. And to even get mentioned with some of these top dogs, oh my God. It kind of reminds me of like, a guy that performs well in the NBA playoffs, and then, they mention his stats, right? And then like it's in comparison to like Michael Jordan. This is the way I look at it with crypto right now. It's like Bitgert. I never even heard of Bitgert if it wasn't even for like common sense that some of these other guys that are introducing. So this has really caught my attention now because like as the saying goes, to be like whether it's NBA basketball, to be mentioned with the likes of like statistically with Michael Jordan, right? Like that's greatness. So for Bitgert to be mentioned in the likes of Solana, so on, it's greatness. All right. So Francis, back to what you're saying in regards to Solana. Um, I still feel as though you said how low will Solana go? This top 10 dead also. I don't know what rock bottom is going to be in regards to Solana. I'm just going to be honest with that. So I'm going to bring it up real quick because I mean I just do it this way because Solana's still top 10. Um, let's see what rock bottom it has been so far. And again, I mean, things could continue to be bearish. Let's be honest. It could very well do that. So you got, um, yeah. See, this is so 6.3. That went 2 days ago. We're looking at 37.12, and currently it's 39.83. If we tank, of course, next week, I mean, it's just too much if. But in reality, this could tank maybe back down to 35. It's hard to say what rock bottom would be in regards to that. So I'm trying to answer your question in regards to that, but that's just the way I look at it. Again, let's just take a look at this real quick. So Solana, it says founded in 2017, the Solana blockchain is the second fastest blockchain. Well, I used to think it was the first. It was based on some of the articles I read. So this states it's the second fastest. When was this published? April 4th, 2022. So maybe something has changed since then. Probably not. Let's be honest. But transaction speed of 50,000 TPS. I could have sworn they said it was 100,000, but all right. That's still very, very fast. Just to give you an idea, Ripple XRP, I believe, is like 1,600. A lot of people are like, oh, yeah, XRP is like a laser. Well, not a laser to compare to this. The platform gained popularity for offering high-speed transactions at very low fees. That's correct. Significantly different from what Ethereum. Ethereum's slow and costs a lot, ranging between 401 and 3025. It utilizes proof of history, which we saw before, and proof of stake, which we mentioned before, consensus mechanisms. What's more, Solana is an integral aspect of metaverse games, including CryoWar, RaceFi, and Star Atlas. I'm familiar with Star Atlas, not these other ones. Many NFTs have also cropped up on the platform, adding to its overall appeal. I think, okay, so just to give you guys the gist about, if you're wondering about Solana, it's going to survive. I think it's going to survive. I don't see it having new all-time highs anytime soon. However, I think what's saving it Solana is definitely this statement right here where it says many NFTs have cropped up on the platform and to its overall appeal. Because what's the main thing you got to do in regards to these NFTs and so on? You still have to, like, if it's Ethereum, you have to hold so much ETH, right? You pay your gas fees, and then with the ETH, you're able to mint what you need for the NFT. If you have a Solana that's pennies on the dollar compared to, when the market's completely green and bullish, and you're paying up to $300 in gas fees, this is where Solana is going to stand out. And that alone, when things become bullish again, could very well spike the price back up. As far as spiking it back up to new all-time highs, well, that's bound to be determined at some point. I'm not going to say it is, but if anything, it ain't hurting to make this project stick around. I still think they're going to stick around. I don't really see them going away. So that's how I currently feel about it. Let's get back to the comments. I just got to catch up a little bit. I apologize. So that was the guy with the name of Joseph Coochie Boy Singer. Thank you for the comment. Appreciate it. So back to Michael Cornwell. Go look at the difference in supply with Wrap Luna versus Luna Classic. All right, we'll do that for a second, since that's the title is Luna 2, Luna Classic, so why not? So let's see. So I got that, and I'll just go to this real quick. Wrap Luna. Okay. And you have stated, go look at the difference between supply with Wrap Luna and Luna Classic. All right, so let's just switch these real quick. So here's Wrap Luna. Circulating supply doesn't really show on. It shows a max supply 5,183,000. Okay. There's just some things that just don't make sense here. Like fully diluted market cap shouldn't be $425. I mean, what the heck's going on? All right, and then market cap on. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the right thing. Circulating supply 6.5 billion Luna Classic. Total supply is 6. Oh my gosh, 336. Okay, so this would be in the trillions on that total. And you stated, go look at the difference between the supply. Yeah, it's not accurate right now. We'll have to look more into that. Anyway, Iron Lux Trader says circulation supply is going to be different across all different centralized exchanges versus decentralized exchanges. Yep, and that goes with anything, right? Let's see here. Burned by Saitama says, "What's up, fellas? How about that news from Volt Inu?" Well, let's take a look at news real quick at Volt. Let's see what's going on with that. All right, so that's the pinned one. That's been there for a while. Let's see. Is this the big news you're talking about? Hold on. 24th centralized exchange listing on Hotcoin. Okay. 25th centralized exchange listing on Coin Exchange. New massive billboards campaign in Turkish airports. Okay. Listen on SwapZone.io. New FI gateway on Guardian. $16,500 distributed to our play to earn players. Yeah, you guys always got lots of news going on. I will state that. If this is not the actual news that you feel as though I didn't point out, by all means, put in the comments. I'll try to catch up with you and see what the big the big popping one was and so on. So let's get back to some of the other comments. Let's see. Joseph Coochie Boy Singer says, B-Rise, definitely a gem. It looks like it is. If you're being mentioned in the likes of Solana and Phantom and with an F, not with a P, that's huge. Iron Lux Trader, they renamed to Luna Classic. Yep. Luna/Luna 2.0 is not the old Terra Luna. It's a new coin. It says Iron Lux Trader. New blockchain, new ecosystem. Yep, that's right. Iron Lux Trader, you are confused, brother. Iron Lux Trader says Wrap Luna converted to Luna Classic. Yep. All right, Warcat Crypto is Larry. Welcome back, by the way. Larry always says, check him out with his evil cat eyes. Stellar XLM. Love Stellar, by the way. He says, does a million TPS, if I'm remembering correctly, after the Starlight update. I don't know about that because that's a big leap. Because last, how it was you would always compare it to what? XRP. And both of them were tied for transactions per second. But XLM took the cake as far as the finalization, if I'm not mistaken. So let's take a look at that real quick. Stellar lumens versus XRP TPS. That's what it says. Might not mention it right here, so I might have to go somewhere else. But okay, hold on. All right, Ripple versus Stellar Lumens mechanics. When you look at the technical structure of these networks, it's easier to see all the differences. For one, XLM has a cap of 369, so 50 billion, whereas XRP has a cap at 100 billion. Notably, the majority of Ripple is held by its development team. Okay, that's just for investor stuff. Hold on a second. It's got to be some kind of mission. All right, the CP provides extreme low latency. The network has been stress tested to 1000 TPS. This might be old article though. Huh. Yeah, this might be old. May 19th. That's not too long ago. Hold on. Let's see. I'm just going to see if there's anything listed in regards. So you stated that they did an upgrade. Oh, shoot. So I got to get back to these comments. Sorry. 1 million TPS. So let's just look that up. Let's see if that even pops up. I believe you. I want to see if I can get that up. This is 119. That's old. Those are old. All these are old. If you happen to have the article or something, can you drop in the comments? I would like to see that personally because I'm a big fan of XLM, but yeah, I just got to kind of move on in regards to the comments. But I do appreciate you mentioning that, because again, these are things that are like game changers, if you will, and XLM stands out because they're, if I'm not mistaken, the only crypto that has been adopted officially, which didn't make mainstream news or anything, but adopted officially by the Fed. So that's what makes them stand out. All right, so moving along. Joseph Cucciberry Singer says, thanks. You're very welcome. Thank you. Hopefully you become a regular. We don't got a lot going on today. It's kind of a weird day as far as our show goes. But that's all right. These things happen. Michael Cornwell, but you can't rewrite an ETH contract like that. It states the wrapped Luna I purchase has to follow $Luna, which Luna 2.0 is $wrapped Luna. Iron Lux Traders is like, and then Michael Cornwell says, I mean $Luna. And Iron Lux Traders is like, well, I don't know, man. I mean, what do you want me to do about it, right? And Michael Cornwell says, I was just going to send you a link via email to explain what I'm talking about, but never mind. That's okay. I mean, and then Selmo Flood says, so Larry. He says, Max. Yeah. I got to get something going. Warcat Crypto says they want to keep XLM's true capabilities on the down low. Yeah, they're never in a rush. You ever notice that with them? They're never in a rush in regards to any of this. So, for instance, let me see. Sorry about that. I just don't want you guys hear me, have congestion and stuff like that. Because who wants to hear that? All right, so let's see what's going on. Just real quick, XLM Stellar News. All right, FX Empire. Let's see how we're doing on time, real quick. Just real quick. 1 hour 19. Okay. Um, man, maybe I shouldn't look it up that way. This is how I usually look stuff up, though. Yeah. We'll have to look more into that later. But um, anyway, they want to keep XLM's true capabilities on download. Again, I agree with you on that. And they never get, XLM Stellar never gets into a rush about anything. It's kind of like they're, hanging out at the park barbecue, right, with Charles Hoskinson and Cardano. Cardano doesn't get in a rush to do anything. But what's the takeaway from it? The takeaway is Stellar and Cardano build quality products, really great quality. The quality is totally there, but they don't ever get in a rush to do anything. Hence why you see, um, you don't really see much price action and so on. But we'll get there. Great long-term plays, absolutely. Not financial advice, but that's just the way I look at it and so on. Um, I'm not even worried about those. I mean, they could tank 95%. They'll be the phoenixes that they're rising in the end, in my opinion. All right, so moving on. Let's see here. Iron Lux Trader sent to Maximus. Warcat Crypto says low as in a correction to his previous statement. Oh yeah, I knew you meant keep it down low. Warcat Crypto states try Starlight update. All right. I'll try that real quick then. I don't know if I got the right one. I'll have to look. I'll have to go through the ecosystem a different way, not this way. If you happen to get the exact link or whatever, I'll copy and paste it from there. All right. So, for instance, Michael Cornwell says Wrapped Luna Classic is an illegal name change made by EtherScan by Terra. Um, I mean, I wouldn't debate you with that. It's just that there's already other there's wrapped a lot of things. I mean, if you're wondering about that, I can give you the exact definition in regards to that. Like for instance, it's just like there's wrapped Ethereum. For instance, what's a perfect example? So you know, you're you go to like not Etherscan, but you go to like Dex tools and so on. You have um, wrapped Ethereum, and it's paired with um, I don't know, all sorts of different projects and so on. Um, I'm not gonna go to the exact definition because you guys really know about that and so on. I mean, you should. I mean, if you guys want me to harp more on that, we can. It's just something which you can just do a simple search on. But um, let me just get back to some of these comments. So Joseph Cucciberry Singer says thoughts on Shinobi ecosystem. Well, what are the exact things you're looking for in regards to the ecosystem? Because I mean, they do have a pretty nice ecosystem as far as I'm concerned. I'm just gonna bring them up real quick. So pull them up. So when you see that right there where it says checking, that's like a what you call like an anti DDoS attack mechanism. So their ecosystem. Well, they have a vast ecosystem, but um, it's not going to be as big as like some of these other ones, right? It's not going to be as big as some of these high market cap projects like Zilliqa and so on, but it's decent. So let's see here. Like for instance, you got. Let me go to the about real quick. I mean, the whole thing. I think what stands out for me is definitely Dojo Swap. Um, it says, for instance, Shinobi focuses on developing a user-friendly multi-chain swap in the DeFi ecosystem. Again, Dojo Swap is definitely what stands out. This play to earn virtual ecosystem. They touched basis on that back when they came on our show to mention some of these things, like what they're planning to do with the metaverse and so on. But I think the onboarding of various different projects with, um, for instance, Dojo Swap is going to definitely help their ecosystem even more. Um, but as far as my thoughts on it, I mean, they're still growing. And then as they grow, you're going to have a few projects that are part of either Dojo Swap and so on, um, that are definitely going to be more significant or stand out, if you will, compared to some others. Like when they came out, I had no idea that was it Floki Musk had left Dojo Swap for whatever reason. So things like that will happen and so on. But yeah, there's tons more potential. I know some people have the attitude like, well, Dojo Swap is just basically Shinobi's version of SataMask, and the answer is no. Um, I do think it's an apples to oranges comparison, but again, this is still an ongoing thing. This is something that hasn't not been tried and tested for a long, significant amount of time. I mean, for crying out loud, Shinobi's only been around since what, December of 2021. We're just, was it like, we're not even to the 7th month mark. I think at the end of December of 2020, or I'm sorry, the end of June would represent what, about 7 months. So I mean, until we hit that 1 year mark and done enough of testing and so on in regards to all this, it's just it's hard to say how I or anybody else feels about this at the moment. So yeah, that's the way I look at it. Give me a second. Excuse me. All right, so moving back to some of the comments, let's go. Let's see here. Talk about some of the contracts. Uh, oh, we got quite a few from them, huh? All right. So Selmo Fudd are the same question. Are the same infamous Max from Saitama? Are the same infamous Max from Saitama? Oh, you're talking about Max who left Saitama. What's your question? Are you asking if the former Max from Saitama is with somebody else? Do a follow up on that for I understand what you mean. Michael Cornwell, I understand that, but it doesn't change the fact that according to the contract with Ethereum, and that is it has to follow Luna, which is 2.0. Okay. Ironlux Trader, wrapped Ethereum, wrapped Bitcoin, wrapped Cardano. Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's no fishy stuff going on with that. It's just, you know what? Since we're on the subject, let's just bring this up. So, for instance, um, what is the difference between wrapped? We'll just do wrapped Luna and Luna. So it says here, Wrapped Luna Classic is an Ethereum token that is intended to represent Terra Luna on the Ethereum blockchain. It is not Luna, but rather a separate ERC20 token that's designed to track Luna's value. The same applies to wrapped Ethereum versus wrapped Ethereum versus just Ethereum. And how we know that? How we know that is when we bring up, for instance, this. We're going to do a side-by-side comparison. It's going to be virtually the same. We just bring up wrap Bitcoin, for instance. All right, so here's wrap Bitcoin, 30,024. Well, 0.66. I mean, you got to give a chance for it to fluctuate, do its thing. And then here's regular Bitcoin, right? So this one's 30,064. This one's 30,074. Bitcoin is worth a little bit more. But guess what? I've seen about a year ago, I seen it where wrapped Bitcoin was worth more than Bitcoin. So, but they usually stay around the same. Is the point? I'll just give you another example. Wrapped ETH. Um, okay, wrapped ETH, 1820. And then let's just do ETH, 1823. So very, very close. But in this case, not worth as much. So this 1819 for the wrapped, 1822 for the regular. So I mean, um, I'm not shooting down anything you're saying or anything. I'm trying to have a better idea of understanding the point you're trying to make in regards to all that. All right, so moving along, let's see here. Ironlux Trader, Wrapped Ethereum, Wrapped Bitcoin. Yeah, absolutely. So Michael Corn, Ethereum, not theory. Ironlux Trader, Luna 2.0 is on the Terra chain. Michael Cornwell states if they would have named 2.0 Luna 2, $ Luna 2 or something, I wouldn't be saying this. Well, that's a good point, but for whatever reason they had it named what they're naming. All right, let's see here. Ironlux Trader, so it does not have to follow Luna 2.0 because it's the new blockchain. The original constates, I don't even Luna. Oh, contract state. Okay. Ironlux Trader states they did not wrap Luna to Luna 2.0. Yeah, that wouldn't make sense. I mean, I guess at some point they're going to probably do a wrapped Luna 2.0, right? So that would be W Luna. They need to fix that because that is confusing because that's how it used to be, right? Michael Cornwell, hold on a second. Michael Cornwell says wrapped Luna C is what's the name of Luna 2.0? Michael Cornwell, Luna Right. Michael Cornwell also states again, go read the original wrap contract for wrap Luna. I'm not going to get into all this. I mean, if you guys want to do that, that's fine. I mean, it's just too much back and forth. Unless it follows Luna Classic, lol. Okay, that's your guys' own little debate in regards to all this. So let me see how we're doing on time real quick. Hour and 32. So I'm going to take a look at a few more things in regards to all this. I did want to get to some of that news I found earlier. Hold on a second. I got too many things up right now. Oh. Let me see where the heck this was at. This one has the news. Oh, yeah, here we go. Wrapped. See, you guys got me on the wrapped. All this wrap Luna talk and wrap this and wrap that. Yeah. So Luna 2.0 stakers to decide on the future of Luna Classic and re-enable IBC. I think this is big news. Let's take a look. All right. The governance system of Luna 2.0 is being used to decide on the future of the legacy chain Luna Classic. Instead of using on-chain governance on Luna Classic, the decision to re-enable IBC on Luna Classic is being made via Luna 2.0 governance systems, the new proposal states. Quote, the current state of Terra V1 governance is debatable. Okay, that's a mouthful. This is a way of consulting the new Terra community, which was formed from two snapshots and represents the stakeholders of the legacy Terra chain in an agreeable way. The validated response to that is the Terra Validator PFC confirmed to Crypto Slate that the proposal could be completed on Luna Classic. However, it, quote, is cost 1C to do and it's flooded with spam. Thus, it appears that governance is being actioned on Luna 2.0 due to a loss of faith in its ability to govern. So that doesn't sound good for Luna 2.0. If IBC is re-enabled, the chain will be able to unlock tokens currently trapped in other chains. Oh, interesting. So, for instance, you ever, I don't know, maybe you're that guy who, like, you try to send something to an address and you thought it was going to a wallet, but you accidentally sent it to where? You actually sent it to the actual blockchain and stuck. And if you even gotten help from centralized this exchange that you did it on, they may be able to retrieve it for you, but it just depends, right? So here's an example of that. IBC is protocol used to allow independent blockchains to communicate with each other. Okay. Larry 0x, not to be confused with Larry Crypto Talk Now, a developer at Delphi Digital explained, quote, IBC channels connecting Terra Classic and Osmosis Juno Crescent was forcibly set to closed, I should say, as part of Terra Core software version 0520 upgrade. Quote, IBC, so PSC told Crypto Slate, quote, IBC and staking need to be re-enabled so the chain can live or die by itself. Oh, man. So, guys, I'm going to state this right now. I mean, I'll read a little more further, but hold on a second. This is a lot. All right, so yeah, I mean, so far I'm gonna state this: be very, very wary if you're thinking about putting all your eggs in one basket with the new Terra, because that might be the new big news where that's gonna tank. I mean, you're seeing it right here. This is pretty recent news, 13 hours ago, right? So we already saw Terra Luna Classic. Well, what was not called Classic at the time, but their blockchain, because of the pegging with UST and everything that happened in protocol and everything tanked 99%. This tells me that the new one 2.0 is recipe for disaster, right? So let me just see this real quick. Okay, so this is a recipe for disaster. This is, I don't know if I'm the first to break this. I know that I'm not trying to sound like breaking news, but this is breaking news. We're not a big channel. We're not a big, one day we hope to be. We're doing this grind, but you guys are seeing this right here. And this news was only 13 hours ago. This is crazy. So let's go a little bit further. But yes, I always say not financial advice, right? But I will state this much: be very, very wary. Use extreme caution if you're thinking, man, the new Terra 2.0 is going to be amazing. You can lose 99% of its value. Look at this. So going further, Luna 2.0, excuse me. Gotta drink something. Luna 2.0 governance for Luna C. According to PFC, the governance proposal passing on Luna 2.0 for Luna Classic is not binding. Let me see if I got my mute. I don't. Okay, good. Is not binding according to PFC. The vote appears to be focused on guidance to gauge the support of the Luna 2.0 community, which is mainly made up of Luna Classic holders due to the airdrop. Aha! Again, I'm going to read it again. Which is mainly made up of Luna Classic holders due to the airdrop. Be interesting to know that percentage, right? Because let's face it, why did they create the airdrop? Did they really create the airdrop as, oh, we recognize that we feel bad for our community, and so here you go. Here's some pocket change. Here's some pennies. Here's some dimes. But on paper, they want to make it look like they got this really great new thing. So some of this stuff is starting to come out. I would like to know the percentage of new buyers exceeding, or I'm sorry, forget the airdrop. What is the percentage of new buyers? See, again, shout out to Keith at CVC and so on. If you can create a mechanism for the stats can show this information, you guys are going to stand out. I'm telling you. There's another. I'm going to throw it out to you, Keith, if you're watching, or if you watch this later. Guys, part of CVC, get this out to Keith. Let him know that this is something that needs to be addressed, not only just with Luna, but any project. We want to, for when this stuff happens again. That creates what? That's a catalyst that creates value. All right, so for instance, which is mainly made up of the Luna Classic holders due to the airdrop. Further, if changes to Luna Classic are made due to the results of a vote on Luna 2.0, it could be argued that that it invalidates the entire Luna Classic governance system. My goodness. How can a blockchain be updated due to a vote on a related chain? The difference between proof of stake and proof of work means that this would be possible on a proof of work chain. Miners on Bitcoin can never affect those on Litecoin, for example. Yes. And what is Litecoin basically? It's basically a lighter version of Bitcoin, right? And it's in some cases faster. Well, actually, I should say in some cases it is faster. And then, of course, you have Dogecoin, which is kind of like built upon what Litecoin is all about. For instance, if you mine Dogecoin, if I'm not mistaken, you get rewarded with what? Litecoin. I don't know if that's still that way. That's besides the point. Let's get back on topic. Renaming IBC was a large part of the debate between Terraform Labs and the validators during the, quote, war room conversations on May 12th, my birthday. However, the protocol is still the protocol is still offline as of June 4th, and millions of dollars worth of tokens are locked in bridged assets. The new proposal plan states, quote, to enable the previously closed IBC channels, Channel 1 Osmosis, Channel 20 Juno, and Channel 49 Crescent. And further states, if this proposal passes, the next step will be to prepare the software upgrade and proposal on Legacy Terra, where legacy delegators and validators can have a final agreement, end quote. Therefore, Luna Classic governance will be bypassed entirely, and validators will rely on the result of a vote on Luna 2.0 to update their code to take action on the upgrade, PFC told Crypto Slate. Man, shout out to CryptoSlate.com. This is huge news. I mean, I know there's other ones that have maybe like news that was printed about 2 hours ago or whatever. To me, this is huge. So it says a vote 1299 has already occurred on the old chain, but it was done wrong. So Terra One has already voted. Let me see just real quick how we're doing on comments and stuff. All right, so see you guys are still with me. All right. So Terra One was already voted. There is also the potential for a revote on Luna Classic, similar to the vote to burn. If you guys remember that didn't work too well. The remaining UST community pool. I want to see more of that because, again, my play is a penny or under on UST. We'll get to that later. The inability of Luna Classic to run a successful governance system is highly worrying. Several updates have failed due to the technical issues of other reasons over the past few weeks. The chain cannot be expected to succeed when it cannot successfully govern itself. However, as PFC states, the chain should be given a chance to live or die by itself. My God. All this, for whatever percentage, let's say it was 10%. Let's say that 10% of the people that hold the new Luna or Terra represent, are the new holders, if you will. Not airdropped is what I'm saying. New investors. They're going to get destroyed. It could happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen. It could happen. The proposal to rename IBC will be the first proposal to pass on Luna 2.0. Yet it will not explicitly, it will not be explicitly related to the governance of Luna 2.0, but Luna Classic. And this, of course, was brought by Liam Akiba Wright. Shout out to this guy. Wow. That is totally breaking news as far as I'm concerned. Let's get back to the comments in regards to all this. So, where did I leave off? About Starlight. Man, I think I got a lot to catch up on. You guys have been having a little debate. All right. Let's just go with Ironlux Chair. So I just wish Shinobi. If I missed some of you guys' comments, I apologize. I just wish Shinobi did not have any more airdrops left to early investors. Great people, but never took profits and am down so much. That's from Tim Shea. Ironlux Trader, they kept Wrap Luna to the old Luna, now Luna Classic. Okay. Wrap Luna Classic is What's the Name of Luna 2.0? Luna Right by Michael Cornwell. Go read the original rap contract for Luna. Yeah, I remember, guys, this debate you guys had. Michael Cornwell, it is to follow whatever his name, $Luna. All right, Lux Trader says it does. It follows Luna Classic at LOL. Luna Classic is Luna / Luna C. Yeah, that's right. Warcat Crypto says about Starlight update. I guess, pointing up. Michael Cornwell, you can't fix a contract like that. True. Kramit, waving. Hey, Kramit. I remember you, man. Good to see you back. Michael Cornwell states, I replied to your last tweet with the link. This is being taped about on a lot of other groups this AM, but it hasn't made it here yet. Michael Cornwell says on Twitter, Ironlux Trader doing this. Ironlux Trader, they created the airdrop to control governance. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I know I state what I stated, but I mean, again, I want to see the ratio of true new investors compared to just the airdrop. The future of 2.0, Ironlux Trader, Michael Cornwell, H2M, end of YouTube link. All right, Selma Fudd, member of this channel. You're welcome. You guys are welcome to be a member too. Again, we only have about 17 people watching now. I'm probably going to wrap it up in a little bit, not yet, with 19 likes. If you haven't hit that like, by all means do so. Again, we're just asking for some likes and so on. We're not asking people to drop super chats left and right, but if you want to, of course, that we're more than welcome that. Someone Fuzz says, "Hey Max, in IT, if you're looking to get certification in cybersecurity, is it a good field at the present?" You want to know how I look at IT in regards to certifications? At least here in Phoenix, certifications don't mean squat. Seriously, they base everything nowadays on experience. So if you don't sweat the certs, man, seriously, do not sweat the certifications. Land yourself an interview. Preferably don't land an interview with somebody from HR when it comes to some. I know this sounds crazy. You're like, what? What are you talking about? Do you want to? At the end of the day, it's not like what you know is who you know, but it's also more like when it comes to IT, it's literally what you know, not your piece of paper. And then also having somebody who's on the inside who can, I guess you could say, vouch for you and whatnot. For instance, my friend, he didn't have like no certs at all. He works for a top IT company right now in the Phoenix area. So at least that's how it is in Phoenix right now in regards to certs. It's what you know and what you can deliver, and it's hands on right now, and rightfully so. There's like, if you guys are watching Mike Rowe, like, what his philosophy on the problem with the country, and not enough people getting involved in the trades and so on. That approach is actually being applied a lot to like how IT is. They don't necessarily care about all your certs. It depends, of course, what you're getting into. If you're going to get into like network, and you're going to be a network engineer, yeah, you're going to have that degree in the certification. But if you're just trying to get into like working for a really good IT company, and you want to be a hands-on person, you want to go make service calls, stuff like that, it's more of what you know instead of what the paper says that you know. So take that as you will. All right, Kramit says Inception. Guys, I'm going to take a quick look at just a couple more things before we wrap things up. I think the thing that definitely stands out is what was mentioned here in regards to Luna 2.0 stakers says to decide on the future of Luna Classic and re-enable IBC. Because, I mean, for me, this is both alarming for... I would say it's more alarming for Luna 2.0, because when you read this, the title, it makes it look like, oh no, Luna Classic. But when you get further into it, you actually read it, it's more like, oh no, Luna 2.0. So that's what stood out to me. So, you know what? I think we're going to go ahead and wrap things up. EA said, what's new about Classic so far? There was just some news in regards to this right here. You can check it out for yourself. So, for instance, type in Terra Luna on Google, Click on news. It's going to be the one on the top right from Crypto Slate. It is big news. Um, take a look at the article. We just covered it. I hate to cut you off, for instance, because I know you just came. Um, but yeah, on EA, first time more likes than viewers. Uh, well, we had more viewers in here than likes, so you got to keep in mind people drop out and so on. So, um, yeah, that's just how it goes. I don't know. Usually we get like over 100 people watching and so on. Just kind of a weird day. I mean, he's not feeling well and so on. He doesn't have the C word. That's all I can say because I don't want the YouTube thing to ban our channel or show. But anyway, yeah, welcome EA, welcome everybody else. You can catch up on some of that, but if you want to see the latest news, just type in Terra Luna on Google, click on the news tab right here, and it's the top. It's in the third one, the far right. You can review what we were just talking about. If I do miss any more comments, it's one of those things. So Kramer says just keep at it, Max. Perseverance, yeah, just perseverance. And we have days like this. I've seen Larry on his own. Sometimes, like he'll have a weird day like this where people are just kind of out and about doing something. Like for instance, last Sunday, I think like last week, like it was like one of our best days ever. Like we had like um, over 200 concurrent viewers and a decent amount of likes, and then people watched the recorded and like there was over like 2,000 views, and then like on this one, it's just I think the most we had in here was like 25 or something. It's just I don't know, things like that happen. It is a grind, but we're here nonetheless. So I'm going to wrap things up, guys. I want to thank you all for showing up. If you're not subscribed to me on my channel, help me on my channel. Maximus Crypto, all one word. And by all means, watch the latest episode of Terror Wars. If Larry happens to feel better by tomorrow, I do believe he mentioned Pixel will be with us at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. And of course, we have our regular show, which is the Crypto Talk Now with Max and Larry, which is at the normal time slot. I believe tomorrow's, yeah. So, yeah, which is 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. So, yeah, a follow-up AMA with Pixel at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. So, yeah, follow us on Twitter. If you haven't done so already, I will show you. Oh boy, look at all those windows. So right up here, Crypto Talk Now 21's Larry's, at DPGmaximus is me. And without further ado, guys, I hope you all have a blessed the rest of your Sunday. If you're with family and so on, let it be a good one. Have a great dinner or whatever time difference it is and so on. And if it's real hot where you're at, stay out of the heat, get cooled off, enjoy your family. Tomorrow's not promised, as we know, so be kind to as many people as you can. And last but not least, share crypto education with your neighbors, everybody. Like as I said before, like we're kind of like crypto disciples, if you will. You got to go out there. You got to let people know. That's how we're going to get over this 4 to 5%. Yeah, we're in like the bad news times. But what is the bad news times for a new investor? Why would they want to come in when everything is green and then FOMO in and then they lose their what? So try to invest. Try to educate people on crypto if you can. And you're not forcing anything down anybody's throat. That's the nice thing about it. This is not multi-level marketing. We don't have to go out and invite all our friends and loved ones to come to some stupid meeting. This is not some pyramid scheme or anything, right? So just share more of what crypto is about with people and so on. And even if it's not about crypto, just enjoy the rest of you guys' day. So thanks for those who showed up today. Really appreciate it. I'm going to take a look at the last comments. Kramit says, just keep at it, Max. Perseverance, thumbs up. Iron Lux Trader, the thumbs up. Flexing. Tim Shea says, take care. Thanks, Tim. Appreciate it. Selmo Fudd, who's a member, says, Larry, get better. Yeah, get well soon, Larry. And hopefully Patches and your family's doing a good job taking care of you. So you guys take it easy. Have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.